pitch and fire. It's on the... He made it! Oh my...
The King Stadium. It's another Crossroads League matchup here today on FDN Sports. I'm Preston Husband alongside Ryan Holzapple. We've got the home Huntington Foresters taking on the 10-0 Spring Arbor Cougars. Ryan, it's a chance for the Foresters to get back on track here and knock off one of the top teams in the nation, but for Spring Arbor, they're trying to stay right on course.
Yeah, Spring Arbor is going to be a tough team for sure today. HU is really going to have to dig in and dig deep for this win, but I'm confident that HU should be able to pull it out, but Spring Arbor is a tough opponent. It'll be a tough game for sure.
10-0 on the year. They sit at 3-0 in the Crossroads League. The Cougars have scored 52 goals on the year compared to only giving up 3 to their opponents. And we are underway. The Cougars are coached by Jason Chris, one of the best coaches in the entire nation. Since starting his time at Spring Arbor, he has 384 wins, 90 losses, 38 draws, close to 80% win percentage. And for the Foresters, their head man is David Lewis, one of only 25 college soccer coaches to have over 400 wins in his career. And Coach Chris trying to chase him down. So 2 really solid coaches, 2 solid programs so far this year, and we'll see how today plays out. Didn't have time to run through the starting lineups with you, but for the Foresters, it's a similar starting 11. Ireland Arney remains in goal as the Cougars have the first attacking chance. This one's lifted over the top, and that's what the Cougars do a lot. They take a ton of shots on the year, right over 22 per game. And let's finish off the lineup here for the Foresters. Ella Sorencioni out of Carmel gets another start. Mary Cotter, Katie Hooley, a sophomore forward slash midfielder who's had a solid campaign this year. Sophie Shepard, arguably the best player for the Foresters this season, just a freshman. Raya Holiday getting a start with Caroline Shepard being down with what looks to be another injury. And then Madison Pamiakata back from injury, Paige Weiss and Kalena Stevens for the home Foresters. As you mentioned, Ryan, they'll have their hands full today against this Cougars side who has won 3 national championships in the last 7 years. They continue to dominate not only the Crossroads League, but really the country.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough game. Ireland's really going to have to dig deep here as the goalie, as you said, 22 goals per game, like goal attempts per game. That's a lot of shots that she's going to have to be sending the other way. So she's definitely going to be tested today.
Kaylee Beekle has been busy on the right side of the attack for the Cougars. She'll throw it in to a teammate down the right side, and it does stay in play, so no corner here yet for the Cougs as they try to work it towards the 18-yard box. Low ball lifted in. Able to knock it away is Kayla Allen, and the Foresters try to recollect as the back line for the Foresters will have a busy afternoon here today. You see Paige Weiss with it, playing more of a midfield role this afternoon. Back the other way comes Isa Martinez. It's ripped away by the Foresters. They'll try to recollect and work through possession. See, these two sides get a lot of shots off. The Foresters have been a solid offensive team this year as this one's lifted in. Ireland comes out, and that one is just cleared off the line. They'll actually say it went in, and so the first goal of the day goes for the Cougars. I'm not sure who will get the credit for that one, but maybe a slight mistake there by the goalkeeper, Arney, and that ball just rolls in across the line.
Tough break for the Foresters. That's hard to give away, especially in the first 3 minutes of the game.
Arney came off her line, and that one just snuck in across the line. A spinning ball. Sorencioni tried to get back and knock it out of the face of the goal, but just a little too slow, and it's a 1-0 advantage already for Spring Arbor just 3 minutes into this one. The Foresters already had an uphill climb today. It gets a little tougher, but still very early in the match. We'll see if HU can resettle and get their attack going. Paige Weiss tries to aggressively step up, and it's knocked out by the Cougars. It'll be really important for HU to be sharp when they have possession, as Cotter tries working it down the right side, and it looks like they're going to give that throw in to the Cougars. So the linesman on the right side mistakenly pointed towards the Cougars, but it's actually Forrester's throw in as Weiss works through the middle, Works it back to Kalena Stevens. Pamiakata and Kayla Allen in there. Allen played a lot while Pamiakata was out. Now both of them on the back line for HU. Greta Hunsker with her first touch. Pamiakata gets it in the middle. Foresters have a chance to build here through the middle of the pitch. Stepping up is Mary Cotter as she works through the center of the park. Over to Cirincione on the right side. Sophie Shepard working back to the ball. That's out for another throw-in.
HU slowly working it up, working it down the field.
Nice play by Mary Cotter. She'll go down the right side to Sophie Shepard. She tries to throw on the boosters but can't get there in time, so it'll be a deep throw-in for the Cougs. This wind will be a factor, especially going this way for the Foresters from left to right in the first half. About 17 to 18 mile-an-hour winds and gust even higher than that. So chance for the Foresters to take advantage with some potentially longer shots here. Throw in is towards Sophie Shepard. It's another deep throw in for the Cougars, and the Foresters are putting a little pressure on Spring Arbor right now on the defensive side. Paige Weiss with a nice touch. Tries keeping it on her left foot through the middle, plays it back to Cirincione. She plays a laser in to Shepard, left foot to Weiss. Weiss trying to work into the 18-yard box. Two defenders stepping in and taking it away for the Cougs. Best chance so far for the Foresters, 5 minutes in, just unable to capitalize quite yet. Spring Arbor continues to work possession through the middle. Looks like that's Jocelyn Hendricks who goes on the nice run. She'll play it over to the left side. Stolzfuss steps up and plays it towards Cirincione, who rips it away.
Great defense by HU there to stop the scoring break.
Cotter was looking for Weiss. It falls to Cirincione, who goes right back towards Page. It's kept in play by the Cougars. And Weiss trying to step up and get that ball, but once again kept away by the back line of Spring Arbor. Melina Marshall doing a nice job on that back line here early. Kalena Stevens being chased down by Beekle, and she has to play it out for a throw-in deep in Huntington territory. It's constant pressure from this Spring Arbor side. That's why they've been so successful over the last decade. And that's something Coach Chris loves to see out of his team. Ball into the middle, header saved by Arnie, diving down to her right. Still kept into the box by the Cougs.
There's her 296th career save right there.
Ball
Impressive
lifted
numbers.
in, and another chance for Martinez, but this one's lifted a little too high, and that attack for Spring Arbor already looking like a well-oiled machine here on this breezy Saturday. Arnie will get tested a lot. She's been a tremendous goalkeeper on the year. She started all 11 games, making 12 now. Only 9 goals against, and she does have 48 saves on the season, so she's been rock solid back there. That first goal, just kind of an in-between ball that mistakenly got by her. Not necessarily her fault, but probably one that she'd also like to have back.
Yeah, that was one of those tough goals that it's just like wrong place, wrong time. Tough break for HU for sure.
A goal 3 minutes in for the Cougars. They continue to build up their attack from the middle of the pitch here. Kayla Allen, the freshman, rips it away though. She tries playing one forward, but no Foresters up ahead. It goes out for a throw in right in front of the Cougars bench. This Spring Arbor side has been to 13 straight national tournaments under Christ, and they really have set that as an expectation. Not only is their record great this year, but they had a 32-match win streak from 2015 and 16, which is the second longest all-time in NAIA sports in women's soccer. So they have definitely built something special here, and that has continued on to this season as well in 2023.
Yeah, Spring Arbor is a very talented team for sure.
One's out for another HU throw-in. We did see Arnie just boot that one from way back in her own goal. She actually assisted a Sophie Shepard goal in the last match, so with her ability to hit the ball a long ways down the pitch, she's also a weapon in goal on the counterattack as well.
HU's been using that all season. There's been multiple assists from Arnie to Sophie Shepard this season.
That first goal, by the way, was scored by Lauren Marshall. That's already her 11th on the season, having an excellent senior year from Bellsville, Michigan. She leads the team right now with 11 goals. She also has 7 assists, so just a really great soccer player and has had a tremendous career. Cotter can't handle the throw in. Sophie Shepard almost steps in and takes it away, but that back line of the Cougs keep possession once again. They'll work through the midfield with Martinez, who goes over to the right side. A little space for the Cougars to run here through the middle of the pitch. Kayla Allen can't handle that one. Down the right side, here come the Cougs again. Stepping in and taking it away was Kalena Stevens. And now she tries to win a throw in, but instead it'll still be the Cougs' ball.
Cougs' pressure this game has been quite spectacular, as they've been putting the pressure on HU's defense all game so far.
Kayla Allen able to take it away. Another ball sent into the middle of the box by Spring Arbor. It's flicked on and it falls back to Martinez. A couple of Foresters trying to win back possession. That's Paige Weiss. HU a chance to run at the defense here. They play it forward to Shepard, and it looks like she was off by just about a couple of steps. It looks like the goalkeeper for Spring Arbor had it covered anyways. That's Blair Curry back there out of New Zealand. He's had a solid campaign as well, only he's given up 2 goals on the entire season, has only been forced to make 16 saves in 8 matches played. This time Shepard gets a foot on it, but once again Curry steps up, and Shepard's starting to cause a little bit of issues here with that speed. Spring Arbor will play out of the back as they try to build up once again. It's been a lot of Stolzfus and also Martinez, but we've also seen Beekle working hard in the middle of the pitch as well. Cerencioni steps up, good touch there, keeps the ball away from the Cougars. Big collision, it's knocked out, and it'll be a Spring Arbor throw-in. Now the Foresters are gonna get a throw-in, and it's not what the Cougars fans wanted to see. Pretty good amount of blue here today, traveling from Spring Arbor to come watch their team take on the Foresters. Got to be a committed fan to come out and watch a game in this type of weather today. I mean, just not the warmest day, but fall here in Indiana. It's starting to cool down a little bit, and I'm sure the players don't hate it because they've played through a lot of 95, 96-degree days in this young season already. There's one Cougar still a little slow to get up. It looks like it's Jocelyn Hendricks. Right leg, maybe just limping a little bit. Hendricks is not someone that Coach Chris wants to see head off the pitch. She's also has 6 goals on the year with 6 assists and had 2 goals and assists in her last match against Goshen. It's homecoming weekend here at HU, so a lot of bodies in and out of the university this weekend. Last night it was the tip-off event for the men's and women's basketball program in the new Platt Arena, so a lot of excitement going on through this athletic program right now for HU. Cerencioni comes up, applies pressure, and somehow Marshall was able to hold the ball. She stays down. It looks like it's advantage for the Cougs. Another Spring Arbor Cougar, and Marshall still down behind the play. Ball sent forward, trying to run it down was Beekle. Kayla Allen knocks it away. Foresters trying to add some pressure here. Hunsaker almost ran it down on the left side. Instead it's knocked away, and the Cougars able to keep possession down the right side, but they run out of room.
This HU defensive line is really being tested so far here today. The Cougars are putting so much pressure on them that they're really getting tested right now.
Marshall still down behind the play, and she's going to go down to a seat, and hopefully the refs will be able to stop play, and they will do that here now. It's been Lauren Marshall down on the pitch for about 2 minutes of game time now. And I think that Coach Chris was trying to get the attention of the officials, and it looks like she's going to have to be subbed out of the match right now.
Seemed to be off that the kick from an HU defensive player as she went down to do a sliding kick, and it looks like it hit the shin of Spring Arbor player.
Yeah, it looked like it was on the tackle from Cerencioni. It looked like Cerencioni got a lot of the ball, but it was from the backside where Marshall was hit. And that seems to be where that stems from. She is walking a little better off the pitch now, but Coach Chris wants to make sure that she can get back to the sideline and make a sub just to make sure that she stays healthy. That's another player for the Spring Arbor side, obviously, that's had a huge impact, the leading goal scorer. 7 assists as well. She shot it 31 times in 11 matches, so she gets her shots off, and on a normal occurrence, she's finding the back of the net. She's had 3 games already this season with more than 1 goal. And so she'll regroup over along the sideline, and it looks like she's going to try to stay in this game.
It's huge news for this Cougars team, as they need her for sure to bring this home.
Will be a Spring Arbor throw-in on the right side as they try to get another attack rolling here. Clock back to running, 13 minutes gone in this first half. Down the right side works Martinez. She cuts it into the box, sends one in, but that ball went out of play, so it'll be a goal kick for Arnie. Right now, HU needs to try to find some answers on this attack. They have had 2 semi-chances down towards Curry's end, but have yet to get a shot off against the Spring Arbor defense.
This is where HU likes to put the pressure on, is off these goal kicks from Arnie, so see if they can make something happen here.
Sorrencioni one-touches it to Cotter, plays it back to Ella, who will work on the back line with Kalena Stevens. Stevens plays it up towards Weiss. Cotter plays it back, and the pressure from Spring Arbor causes a mistake. It'll be another deep throw-in for the Cougars. They'll go right into Kaylee Beekle, who can't handle the ball, but she thought it was a throw-in for Spring Arbor. Instead, it's the Foresters' ball. Beekle out of Brighton, Michigan, 10 games, 10 starts, also 6 goals and 6 assists. 34 shots coming into today, and 23 of them on goal. Also 1 game winner to go along with an impressive stat line. Shelby Marshall will be the first sub of the day for Coach Chris' team. She's been an excellent contributor to this side, especially off the bench. Coming in today, 4 goals, 14 shots, 10 on goal, also a game winner herself. So just someone else to add to that attack for Coach Chris' side that already looks razor sharp. Ball played out of bounds, and Foresters will have another throw-in for Coach Lewis. The answer most of the year through the offense has been Sophie Shepard and Paige Weiss, and right now that's the 2 that continue to try to work together, but just not a lot going towards the Foresters' end on offense against this tough Spring Arbor side.
Arnie, another goal kick here is what HU needs.
If you look at Arnie's career, she's been really rock solid all the way from Austin, Texas. She came to HU, and she's really been the starting goalkeeper since she's been here. Shepard tries to turn. She's knocked down. No foul there. The Foresters back on the attack with Hunsaker. Left-footed ball played towards Shepard. Hooley also giving a chase. Sophie applying the pressure. It's hit forward, and the Foresters collect with Pambiakata, who plays it back to Kalena Stevens. Stevens over to Sorrencioni, who cuts it into the middle of the pitch. Ella tries to dribble it forward. It's a little too heavy of a touch, and picking it up on the back line were the Cougars. The wind, obviously a little factor there, and another Cougar down after that Pambiakata kick connects with the face of a Cougar forward, it looks like. Couldn't quite tell what number went down. But Coach Chris right now probably feels like he can't catch a break. That's now 3 players for his side now that have been down on the pitch following a collision with the opposing team.
Athletes always have to be careful in these colder days, as it's a lot easier to get injured out in the cold weather.
You could see the wind against Spring Arbor really playing a factor on that ball. It just kind of stayed up in the air and spun towards Pomyakata's right foot, and it looks like it was Jocelyn Hendricks, the one that caught that ball off Pomyakata's right boot. And she'll have to head out of the match for now. So that's 2 subs already that Coach Chris has kind of been forced to make early in this match.
Tough break for Spring Arbor for sure. You hate to see your players having to sub out early because of injuries.
Looks like the sub will be Annika Arsenault as she comes in out of Ontario, Canada. Arsenault steps right in and is also having a great season. She's played in now 11 matches on the year. She's started 2 of them, so not a start today, but has been a real fiery competitor off the bench. And she's provided a lot of offense as well with 3 goals and an assist. So even when Coach Chris has to dig deep into his bench, he brings in several players that have scored a handful of goals. And the 2 subs he's made already today have combined for nearly double-digit goals on the season.
That's always a nice advantage for a coach to have, is a deep bench that can still play very well.
Beagle trying to work against Kayla Allen. The freshman rips it away from her for a moment, and then the Cougars able to regain possession right around midfield with Mollering. Sophie Shepard works back and takes it away. This is where the Foresters can be dangerous. Shepard working. She rips a long shot, and that one's an easy catch by Curry, but not a horrible idea with the wind to Shepard's back here on this breezy day. It's the first time the Foresters have really put a shot on goal this afternoon with 18 minutes gone, but they have shown that they can get the ball through the middle of the pitch and work it forward to Sophie Shepard, who obviously uses her speed as a real weapon. Ball lifted to the left side, running onto it is Stolzfus. She plays it up ahead to Kaylee Beekle. Beekle working against Kalena Stevens down the left side. It's knocked out for a Cougar corner.
Good defense by Kalena. They're preventing a possible disastrous play.
Look at the schedule for Spring Arbor on the year. The closest match this year has been a 3-goal win. So they have not really had many close games this season. So even if the Foresters can just hang around and find a way to keep this one close, not that you're a moral victory person in collegiate sports, but it might give you a little confidence, as that was a dangerous ball in and knocked out by the Foresters defense. And it looks like it's going to be another corner for the Cougars. It's Isa Martinez out of Mason, Michigan. 2 assists on the year, working from the corner. Martinez with the right boot sends it in towards the middle, headed away by Weiss. Another chance for the Cougs, and Weiss knocks that one away. Shepard tried to keep control there, and now the Foresters are on the attack. Long ball sent forward. Curry coming out, Shepard giving chase. Curry will have to play it over the left side, and Stolzfus was there to handle the pressure. Another chance for the Foresters to counter, just couldn't quite get on the end of that ball, and the Foresters now will make their first sub of the day.
Spring Arbor's defense proving to be a little bit too much at times for the Forester offense.
Hunziker comes out for HU, and Maddie Guile comes in for HU. We've seen her in several matches this year. She has been a solid piece off the bench as well, as Beekle can't keep this one in. Guile wears number 11 in the away uniforms, but number 26 here in the home whites. Guile has a chance to get on the end of this one. Instead, it's Hooley. Hooley trying to work down that back line, and able to hold off the attack there was Marshall. That was Melina Marshall that time. 3 different Marshalls on the Cougars team, and not one of them are related to one another, as far as I'm concerned. Not sisters, at least. All coming from 3 different cities in Michigan. Foresters nearly halfway through this first half have given up that 1 goal, which really could have easily been prevented on the back line. Just an early mistake, and on the right side. Mary Cotter's ripped down, and that'll be the first foul of the day on the Cougs. Wind has just been consistent here in this first half, and it looks like it'll be that way all day long. The fall weather has finally arrived here in Huntington, Indiana, as Weiss tries to pull this one down with the right foot. She does keep possession for a moment. It's knocked away. Weiss working hard against the defender, and she'll pick up a foul. As battling hard on the back line was Weiss. And the midfielder Stolzfus, who's been right in the middle of a lot of the action here today. Weiss was working on the back line more earlier in the season. Now she's pushed up to more of a midfield attacking spot, and that's really been a bright spot for HU. Cerencioni wins the first ball and plays it off the leg of a Coug, and she wants to play quickly here. Those in the middle to Raya Holiday, and she goes right back to Cerencioni. It looks like she was able to keep it in, but it does win over the line. Forrester's putting together some positive possessions. Had a few chances to run on counterattacks, just haven't been able to find that final touch quite yet. Beekle working against Cerencioni. Cerencioni goes down. Beekle working to her right foot, shot in, and that one's off goal, but picking it up easily was Arnie. So that won't be a save for her, but easy collection for the Foresters. Arnie boots one way down the pitch, trying to run it down as Guile. She keeps possession, plays it back to Palm-Yakata. Foresters try to work through the middle with Weiss. And then on the left side with Guile, Foresters putting a little pressure on, but the Cougars able to handle and work through possession. Foresters back the other way now. Paige Weiss had space to run, but instead she played it backwards. And Spring Arbor recollects. Looks like Weiss could have turned and had several yards in front of her. Instead, Cougars back the other way. Stolzfus working down the left side. Several different dribbles on the left side. Now it'll go to Marshall. Shelby Marshall working past the defender. Ball sent in. Arnie able to pick it up. And a Forrester and Cerencioni down on the pitch right now. Arnie wants to play it quick once again. Header knocked away as Hooley gives it a look. Spring Arbor able to keep it inbounds on the right side with Mullering. And a long ball sent to the left side now with Stolzfus. Spring Arbor team is really solid at keeping possession. It might have to be one of those counterattacks that lift the forwards to a goal here today. Wind once again knocking that one down. Kalena Stevens working against Beekle, who's applying pressure, and Kalena able to knock it away.
Both of the defensive lines of both teams have been really good today, as only one goal in the first 20 minutes of the game.
Palm-Yakata on that back line once again has been really solid for HU. It's Cerencioni, Kalena Stevens, Kayla Allen, and Palm-Yakata. Weiss tries knocking this forward. Shepard couldn't quite get a touch on it as Mihaly steps in and pokes it away. Got some young players on the pitch right now for HU, have been really impact players all season long. High cross sent in. Arnie steps out. She's bumped into by Cerencioni, her own teammate, but able to collect and knock it down to Kalena Stevens, who sends it all the way back the other way. Forrester's trying to stay in formation as that passes a little forced across the pitch, and Stolzfus runs out of room. Couple of changes going to be made for HU here as they try to keep fresh players on the pitch. Wait and see who's checking in for HU here on this chain. Looks like Leah Lucetti will step in. And then another change on the back line. You can't quite see who that might be for HU. One change for the Cougars as well. Leah Lucetti with a touch here, plays it forward up to Sophie Shepard. She tries keeping it with her left foot, loses the footing, and now the Cougars back the other way. Good step by Raya Holiday, Excuse me, that's Kalena Stevens that stepped in on the back line. Raya Holiday on the defense there from Beekle. Ball played forward by Martinez. Chance on the right side for the Cougars once again. Liner behind the goal as the Cougars just couldn't find the connection on that attack.
HU's got to find a way to keep it out of Spring Arbor possession, because whenever Spring Arbor has possession, they're lethal to score.
They've been working really aggressively down the right side and have produced some dangerous chances. Of course, just 3 minutes in, they scored the first goal of the match and the only goal here so far. Martinez steps up. She's been really solid through the midfield. And Fada Serra also in there has been a solid piece for the Cougars all year long. Lucetti couldn't get to that one. Back line for the Foresters, able to keep it away. Raya Holiday pulls it down. And the Foresters try to play through the midfield, but Beekle steps up and regains possession. Beekle plays it across the pitch to Stolzfus. Number 10 for the Cougars cuts it in around a couple defenders. It's finally knocked away. And HU still defending here. Shelby Marshall pushes it to Stolzfus again. Arnie comes out and misses it. It's going to roll all the way over to Katie Hooley, who's able to collect for HU. Guile and Hooley working 2 touches here, and that one just a little too heavy of a touch on the left side. And running out of room from Guile to Hooley. Cerencioni has been busy on the right side of the defense for HU. Touched away there by Lucetti. It falls to Martinez. Beekle, 1 touch to the left side. Dennison able to play it off the defense, and that one just goes out for another corner.
Impressive defense from Kalena Stevens. She saved HU from multiple shots on goal so far today.
Dennison has been solid on the year as well. She has started 7 matches. She's only played 7, so did miss some time out of Plymouth, Michigan. And she's got a goal and 3 shots on the season. And she nearly had another chance to let one fly there. It'll be Stolzfus who sends in the corner from this side, using that left foot. Strong side for her. Dangerous chance knocked away. Foresters trying to run back. Dennison able to collect. She'll take it towards the 18-yard box, drops it off, and the Foresters choose to play it out as Holiday works it out of play. It'll be another Cougar throw-in. Dennison plays it over to the left side. This is Shelby Marshall working in. Cerencioni works in behind, knocks it away, and it's a foul on the Cougars, and the Foresters will have a deep free kick in their own defensive side.
HU has got to find a way to keep possession, as Spring Arbor has had possession for most of the game so far. As you said, great at keeping possession from other teams, so HU's got to find a way past that.
Raya Holiday is subbed out for Joya Drenth, who steps in. Drenth, a junior midfielder out of Goshen, Indiana. A really consistent defender who also provides chances for the offense in the midfield. As Arnie's free kick is off the foot of Beekle and straight out of play. Foresters trying to find some kind of attack. This is the person they've gone through most of the year. Sophie Shepard headed down to her once again. She's able to poke it past the defender. Shepard working down the right side, plays a ball in towards Hooley, and Lucetti finds the loose ball. Foresters trying to get back the loose ball. Instead, Martinez picks it up. She plays it up ahead to Kaylee Beekle. The right side has been Spring Arbor's preferred side here in this match. Beekle runs out of room on the right side, and that'll go out for another throw-in. 30 minutes gone. It's been a good match back and forth, but it's the Cougars up 1-0 right now over Huntington University. Huntington's a program that you could say is starting to rebuild. Already more wins this year than last season, and for Spring Arbor, they're a dynamite team that has stayed consistent over the last decade. Foresters playing some sturdy defense here, and that one's knocked out. It'll be a goal kick for Arnie.
Arnie with another chance for HU, as HU really benefits off these goal kicks from Arnie. So let's see if they can make something happen here.
Arnie rips one right around midfield. Drenth trying to get ahead on it, couldn't do so. It is headed on towards Sophie Shepard, who regains possession now. Shepard loses her balance. She's yet to have a chance to really turn and run with the ball after possessing. Ball to the left side, Stulfus coming up. Cirencioni steps up and makes a crucial interception, and now the Foresters have the ball with Drenth. She plays it forward to Sophie Shepard, touch on the right foot, and it's recollected once again by Fada Serra, who tracked back and took that one away from Sophie. Kayla Allen, the freshman, playing great defense on Beagle down the right side today. Another impact freshman for Coach Lewis's side. 10 HU players behind the ball here on defense. Sophie Shepard remains around midfield in the attack. Dangerous ball sent in. The Foresters able to knock it away for a moment. Martinez recollects. Midfielder's been really solid here today, as Fada Serra has now seen more of the ball as well, playing more of a defensive midfielder. It's knocked out for an HU throw-in. Foresters have had to really value their possessions here today. It's been Spring Arbor who's seen a lot of the ball here in this first half. And that's typically what they've done against all of their opponents this year, not losing a single match yet. Stolzfus off that back line works with that left foot towards Leah Lucetti on defense for HU. Stolzfus working still. She's going to rip one in with her right foot. It's easily collected by Stevens, who chooses to lift one forward for Shepard. Sophie trying to run it down. Curry coming out. And there's the win playing a factor as Paige Weiss steps up and able to get a touch on it, but it falls back to Spring Arbor, and it's a foul on Weiss as the footwork from Fada Serra tempted Weiss into the foul.
Great play by Spring Arbor goalie there, preventing a dangerous chance for HU to score.
Yeah, Curry's not afraid to come off her line, and she's picked the right time to do it each time, as an ambitious shot there from Marshall goes a little wide. But this Spring Arbor team, that's kind of just in their DNA. They want to come out and take as many shots as possible, 22 per game. So they come in and they're ready to fire at all times.
Obviously a winning strategy, as their record backs it up, so they clearly know what they're doing.
Megan Brigham, another freshman, comes in as Leah Lucetti heads to the bench. Weiss tried hitting that one out of the air, and it falls straight to the Cougars, and they'll work down the right side again. Cougars trying to use some footwork on the right side. Ball sent into the box, no one there yet. Dennison will run it down for Spring Arbor. She plays it back to Stolzfus. With her natural left foot, sends it towards Arnie, who punches it away. And that's a good play by Ireland, coming off her line and preventing that ball finding ahead of a Cougar. Long ball sent forward here by Hooley. Shepard not going to be able to get to that one, as this back line for Spring Arbor has been really disciplined this afternoon. Foresters trying to keep it in play, and instead it goes out for another Spring Arbor throw-in. So we've seen Spring Arbor dominate in possession, but HU's just looking for one of those counterattacks to maybe get a goal against the pace of play. Shepard steps up. She's got 3 defenders in front of her. She's got 1 midfielder on the right. That's Brigham, who's just into the match. Brigham working against Stolzfus, the freshman, able to hold it and play it back to Cirencioni, who lifts the ball towards the 18-yard box, and it's headed away. Once again, Cirencioni has a touch on it, but Beagle will play it forward, and this is going to be a dangerous chance, but tracking back is Weiss, who plays a souvenir into the stands.
Great play from Weiss there to keep the Spring Arbor attack at bay.
Dennison working against Drenth. Works with her right foot, plays one into the top of the box. Another chance here for the Cougs. Foresters defending, deflected away, and it was nearly another chance for Jocelyn Hendricks to double the lead for Spring Arbor. But it will be another corner for the Cougars. So the third corner of the day, actually make it 4 for the Cougars, as it'll be Stolzfus that puts this one in. This is her second chance from the corner flag. Left-footed attacker rips a low ball in, and it is handled by the Foresters for a moment, but then knocked out for a second straight corner.
HU's got to get Spring Arbor out of this corner shot, as this is a very dangerous spot for HU to be in.
Stolzfus has a great year going with 5 goals, 5 assists. She's looking for number 6. Chance for Spring Arbor in the box. Weiss able to knock it out of there with her left foot, and for a moment the Foresters back off the pressure from the Cougars. I'll allow Coach Lewis to make a change. Maria Cote, Maria Cote. Let me find my spot here. I'm usually good at this, you know, right? Molina, excuse me. So she's into the match. She's been a really steady player off of the bench for HU on the year. A couple more changes for the Cougs as well. Dangerous ball sent over, and the headed attempt just missed on the backside by Beekle.
Just went over the fingertips of Arnie. Dangerous play for HU, but worked out in their favor.
Stolzfus plays one in and lifted up in the air on the backside by Hendricks, and that one's caught by Arnie. So the Foresters may have dodged a bullet there, as there was a real chance for the Cougars to score their second right on the back post, just couldn't find that last touch. 8 minutes to go in the first half. It's been a lot of Spring Arbor in possession. HU down 1-0 here against one of the top teams in the country in the Spring Arbor Cougars. Ball played for her. There's Cote Molina, who steps up and plays it back to the back line. Foresters can't quite keep possession right now against this side, and that one's knocked out for a throw-in. It's Hannah Johnson over there on the back line on the left side as well. I couldn't quite see who it was when she first came in. Cote Molina trying to keep possession here against 2 Cougars, and that one's knocked out. Allison Hoppenhusen back in the game now for the first time today. Sophie Shepard working again at the top of this attack. Shepard works on her right foot and doing a nice job fighting against the Cougars defender. That time it was Sarah holding off Shepard from running at the back line. Cerencioni pressured by Beekle. It forces another knockaway. Fada Sarah steps up and plays it down the left side. Kalina Stevens steps up and tries to work off the back line for the Foresters. She sends it forward to Brigham, who Stolzfus comes up and knocks it off of Brigham, and it'll be a throw in for the Cougars. The middle official wasn't quite sure, asked for a little help from the linesman, and they straightened it out. Long ball sent forward once again on the end of it. The attacker Hendricks for the Cougars. She's been busy here. She lays one in. Arnie watches it go out of play, and it'll be another goal kick for HU.
Keep it going, Cougars, keep it going.
Cougars have been busy all year on the attack, and nothing's changed here today, except they're only up 1 goal. They've had several chances to add on and create a lot of chances each match as Stolzfus reacts to the contact from Shepard and is rewarded with a free kick.
HU has got to find a way to get the possession out of Spring Arbor, as Spring Arbor is just not allowing them to get anything going by keeping possession for a lot of this first half.
Ariana Stolzfus will stand over this free kick into the wind, plays a low line drive towards the top of the 18-yard box. It's headed away by the Foresters, and it'll go out for another Spring Arbor throw-in. Stolzfus plays almost a back line attacker. She'll track back on defense, but also one of the most dangerous attackers we've seen here on the day. Beekle cuts inside. It's knocked away by a couple of Foresters. Cirencioni tries playing it forward to Shepard. Stolzfus right back to collect. Cirencioni knocks it out of play. Stolzfus was running at the back line of HU once again. Ariana has it now on the left side. Cote Molina trying to play a little defense in the midfield position. Stolzfus lifts a low driving ball in. The wind affected that one, and ultimately Arnie's able to fall on it. Could see the knuckle effect on that ball as the wind was blowing it around in the air, and it nearly caused Arnie to miss that one. Thankfully for the Foresters, she's able to recollect and keep this game just 1-0.
It's always a pleasure for a team to have a good goalie like Arnie, as she's always ready to commit for any save, and she's obviously done it throughout her career, and especially in this year for HU.
Fada Serra working through the midfield. She lifts a looping ball over towards Beekle. Coming to collect it is Ella Cirencioni. Not many Foresters in front of her, and she'll just let that one go out for a throw-in. And that'll allow HU to make potentially their last sub of the half. Cote Molina will head out, and HU will bring in a new midfielder. Gianna Simons in for the first time this afternoon. Throw in for HU doesn't get quite far enough. Dennison had a touch. It does fall to Guile, but tracking back is Spring Arbor once again, and they'll work through their back line. Spring Arbor has done a nice job shutting down any type of attack that HU has tried to provide this afternoon. Stolzfus working on the left side against Brigham. She cuts it into the right foot. Now back to the left. Couple of defenders for HU trying to swipe it away. Stolzfus again rips a low driving ball in. It's off the upper body of Dennison, who's able to keep possession and play it back to Fada Serra. Sophie Shepard trying to will her team back into possession. Shepard almost able to run that down. Ball towards the middle with Beekle, but it's a little behind her, and the Foresters choose to play it forward once again. Shepard just putting a ton of pressure on the Cougars right now, and that throw-in's rewarded to HU after the long run by Sophie. Gianna Simons knocked down as Fada Serra a little too aggressive on the header. 2 minutes left in the first half. Still 1-0 after a goal in just the 3rd minute of the match. Lauren Marshall scored the only goal here today, her 11th on the season. It's a 10-0 start to the season for Spring Arbor. HU looking for one of their biggest upsets in years if they can find a way to get at least 2 here today, but back the other way comes Sarah. She plays it up ahead, and the attack is on as Arsenault plays it in the middle, and it's knocked away by HU. It's a real chance for a counterattack. And for Spring Arbor, they couldn't connect on the backside. Stolzfus will choose to throw it in, plays it into Dennison. Dennison working against Paige Weiss. She works it down the left side. Weiss backtracks. Dennison still on it, plays it into the 18-yard box. Kalena Stevens gets it and plays it forward to Sophie Shepard. Sophie flips one onto herself. Stolzfus tracks it down. Shepard just never runs out of energy at the top of this attack and has at least done her best to try to even this one up. Foresters play one forward up the left side. Gile giving it chase, but the Cougars will be able to recollect on the back line with their keeper, Blair Curry. Short ball falls to Gianna Simons. She can't find a Foresters, and back the other way come the Cougars. This will be their final attempt of the half. Stolzfus working it towards the middle. Ball into the box. Kayla Allen able to flip it away, and the Foresters knock it outside the box. One final chance here for the Cougars. Left-footed shot will be kept away by HU, and it'll be a 1-0 advantage. We head to the second half. The 10-0 Spring Arbor Cougars showing how they have been dominant all season long. So we'll take a look at a couple of the highlights from this first half here in a moment, but Ryan, it's been all Spring Arbor really in that first half.
Yeah, they've proved why they're one of the top teams in the nation by just keeping possession, not allowing HU to get in any sort of rhythm for scoring, as they're just constantly putting the pressure on and making the HU defense work.
When you play a team like Spring Arbor, HU needs to try to find a way to get one of those counterattacks going. We'll quickly talk about that when we come back from our halftime report. You'll see a couple of the highlights from the first half between Spring Arbor and Huntington when we come back on FDN Sports.
Okay, 117 Echo, take one, cover mark.
And action.
I'm the script supervisor.
I'm first AC for camera A.
Second AD.
Best boy electric.
Focus puller.
I'm about to run this right here and man the camera.
B-Speed.
Thank you, bye-bye. We've got over 20, 25 students that have worked really hard all semester preparing for this month-long experience.
Oh yeah, the standards have definitely been raised. You ready for me or no?
Normally we do films in 3 days,
But we do a lot of student films.
and this has been like 4 weeks plus an entire semester of prep.
This is just insanely different.
The respect that I have for anybody doing grip work on a feature film is through the roof.
On set this week, we have Stephen Baldwin.
Let's leave him to do the miracles and me to handle the business.
On the technical side, it was better than anything I've ever experienced before. Kudos to Huntington University.
I'm afraid our conversation ends right here.
We also have casted Bethany Lind. She's on Ozarks and a DC series right now.
You just left, you didn't call, I thought you were dead.
I think this is an amazingly immersive experience. I wish I had had something like this.
Pros come in, and they've come in from all over the country. Our department heads.
The first 2 weeks of mentorship, I mean, it's a lot of teaching. Let's see if I can catch any more. It's fun to see where the students are now. We're on week 4, day 17. We're getting there now. I think it's good to walk away.
I think everybody on this project is in a little bit over our heads. But the prerequisite for being used by God is self-doubt. And we are all being used by God.
All of us are here and gifted with different things by God, and all of those pieces are going to fit together and make a really incredible movie.
I think that I'm like way more capable of like hard labor than I thought I was.
I think I've definitely become more confident in myself in the process of being able to figure stuff out when there's a problem.
Making movies is hard, but it's definitely it's meaningful because it's bigger than you.
I definitely think God is teaching me patience. I have learned how to take things with stride.
We want the way that we make movies to reflect our Christian faith. That's almost more important to me, that our students are seeing that. That's convenient, thank you. I hope that they can take something of what we're doing and live out their faith no matter what movie set they're on.
Folks, that is a picture wrap.
Woo!
We just made our movie.
I'm Megan Hosteller. I'm the producer of the In the Beginning, Our Purpose event, and currently we are getting ready for Britt Nicole to come in and just have an intimate worship night with here at HU with all of our students. We're currently getting ready for the camera team to come in, as well as the lighting and everything like that. Our whole team has just put in a lot of effort and time into this event, and we're just really excited to see how it pays off.
One of the big goals for this project is from our community. We want to bring people into this worship night to come in and have a really great experience, to be impacted. We want people to come in and worship God, and ultimately the goal is about finding our purpose. A lot of people are trying to figure out, hey, what's my purpose? Where am I supposed to be going? What am I supposed to be doing the next 5, 10 years? There's going to be a lot of change happening. So what am I supposed to be doing? So the goal of the event is to help people find that purpose through worshiping God, through asking the Holy Spirit to grant us wisdom in these moments, grant us wisdom this night as we sing praises to you, as we receive wisdom from you, as we receive your truth tonight, and ultimately come together in a corporate community to praise you together.
When I saw the name of this, actually the first time I saw it, I think was like on Instagram, and I was like, wow, this is so cool. In the beginning, our purpose, like this is truly why we were designed and created, was to worship God, you know? And so I love the name of it. I love that, you know, they had a heart and a vision to bring this to their school. And honestly, I've just been so excited, like leading up this whole month, just my spirit has felt really excited and stirred for what God is gonna do tonight. What's cool about it is it doesn't feel like it's about like one particular person. It just feels like, even the way it's set up, it just feels like this is about everyone and just coming together for one purpose.
This is how we like to do it.
It's always been my dream to be a head coach, especially at the college basketball level. And so I always knew I wanted to be at the small school level. And so Huntington, the opportunity opened up kind of as this COVID stuff all started up, and went through the interview process. I was at the University of Nevada before, out in Reno. Knew about the Crossroads League, knew a little bit about Huntington and the area. My family is from Indiana originally. My dad, my grandpa both coached and played in this state. And so it's always been a home away from home for me. And then once the Huntington opportunity presented itself, I knew it was a place that I wanted to be, and I pursued it. And so the interview process went well, and I'm happy to be out here. The legacy of the Platt family, the tradition that they've built here at Huntington, it's amazing. And in the short time I've been here, the support that the local community gives the program, as well as the entire campus as a whole, it's a special place. And I'm looking forward to the future and what we can build here. I think it's going to take time to build to where we want to get to, but the guys have bought in early. We got only one senior on our roster right now. So we have young guys, they're hungry. It's been a weird summer and fall. We didn't get to work with them as early as we had planned to, but they have bought in immediately. We've had a great month and a half of practice. I'm a coach who's very competitive. I value winning, I value hard work. I want us to succeed, and we're in a very tough conference, and so winning's not going to come easy. It's not going to come immediately, but I think it's just about valuing the process. If our guys put in the work every single day, they do the little things that we're preaching as a coaching staff, eventually those results are going to present themselves, and they'll be able to reap the benefits of their hard work. But I'm excited. It's a challenge. It's not going to be easy. It's going to take a lot of time, but it's been a blessing to be in this position, and I've had a lot of fun through the first few months on the job. We're going to play a fun style of basketball. I'm a very analytically minded coach, so we're going to preach smart decision making, good shot selection. We're going to move and share the ball a lot, and we want to play up tempo. I think it's a style of play that's fun to watch from a fan perspective, as well as a fun style to play in as a player's perspective. So I think it's exciting for our team. They're excited to get going, and we're expecting a great year. to live a Christ-like lifestyle. I think at a Christian university, we have a unique opportunity to be able to have Jesus at the forefront of our locker room. And my coaching staff does a great job of providing guidance and opportunities for these young men to open themselves up, to present their problems to us. And I think basketball and sport in general is the best way for young people to learn and kind of come together as a team, problem solve, learn how to play a role, value winning and excellence. All of that kind of plays into it. So I think being a head coach, that's your most important duty. You're taking 18, 19-year-olds, and when they leave you, they're 23, 24 years old, and they're ready to go into the world. And so I think it's your job to be able to build that maturity with them and provide an example that they can use in their life.
Arnie, who stayed busy in that first half, and she had the wind to her back in the first half, but it'll be much different in the second as it's a cold, breezy day here in Huntington, Indiana, but the Foresters are right in it with one of the top teams in the country.
Yeah, they're only down one as their defense has been pretty strong for the entire first half of the game, as they have not let that Spring Arbor offense really get going, as they've been putting the pressure on, but they've been handling it. So let's see if HU can do any better, as they just really need to get possessions here and get some kind of rhythm going.
It was 8 shots in the first half for the Cougars, 5 of them on goal, 5 corners as well. For HU, it was only 1 shot and 1 shot on goal, and right now it's Spring Arbor on top of the conference as they're 3-0 in the Crossroads League and 10-0 overall, and we are back in action here. HU sitting at 4th. They could at least use a draw today to keep them right around that top 4 spot, and honestly, so far, quite an impressive season for HU, coming off a year last year where they only won a couple of games. So far this year, they've tripled their win total.
Well, like you said earlier, they're kind of in a rebuild phase right now, so the fact that they're doing pretty well so far in the season shows the talent that HU has gone this year.
Yeah, and it's a lot of freshmen doing the work. Kayla Allen, Sophie Shepard, you've got Brigham in there as well, and it's just about finding those recruits and building through the young players, and so far this year, that's what HU has done. Back the other way come the Cougars. They had those 8 shots in the first half. Foresters trying to add a little pressure here in the second part of this match. Working through the middle is Mullering. She loses possession. Pamukkata plays it ahead to Lucetti, who starts this second half. She plays it over the right side to Cotter. Nice build-up play here early in the first few minutes of the second half. Cotter just runs out of room down the right side as she was trying to play that one around Stolzfus for the Cougars. Paige Weiss has been battling all day in that midfield. And for the Foresters, it might be just one of those counter attacks that it looks like Sophie Shepard up top will need to run down and bag another goal for this Forester side. Pamukkata working on the back line, and it's knocked out of play by Spring Arbor. It'll be an HU throw-in.
We like to see HU going on the attack here early on, as they know that they need to switch it up and be on the offense here if they're going to get something going.
Sophie Shepard was trying to work with Lucetti through the middle. It's knocked away by the Cougars as they head back the other way. Stolzfus plays it into the box. Kalina Stevens backtracking, and will let it go out for another Arnie goal kick. Arnie was forced to make a couple of saves in that first half. None of them were too difficult, but she continues to be really solid in goal for this HU side. You can see these goal kicks from Arnie aren't going to be going as far as you saw in the first half. That went right into the faces of the Foresters now. HU working through the middle of the pitch, just couldn't get that connection to Shepard. It's knocked away from the back line as the Cougars try to counter now on the left side. This is Beekle who chases after the back 4 for the Foresters. Beekle hits a shot. It's a soft one, played away by Weiss. Arnie was coming out to greet it, but instead Weiss and Kalina Stevens collect to knock it out of play.
Spring Arbor is definitely going to use the wind to their advantage here, as it's going to help them on the attack, getting those long shots to go their way.
Stolzfus throws it into Beekle, who's seen a lot of the ball. Those two have been the main attackers here today. Stolzfus lifts one into the box. Trying to run it down is Martinez. She'll be able to get a touch on it, but runs out of room in front of the corner flag. It'll be another HU throw-in. Pamukata missed some time earlier in the season. She's now back and doing a really nice job on the back line for HU. That one's deflected out, and it's a tough spot for the Foresters to try to throw it in and work all the way from the back end to possess. Throw in this time for Spring Arbor. For HU, they're just trying to hang in there right now and see if they can get a goal against the pace of this play. Weiss had a big connection there with one of the players on the back line. Foresters now had a chance, but Cotter couldn't get it ahead to Shepard. Back the other way comes Stolzfus, who plays it out wide. Ariana has it again, working to that left foot. She plays a low ball in. Weiss knocks it away. Shelby Marshall now with the right foot plays one into the box. It goes all the way across the face of the goal, and running it down is Beekle. Beekle working against Allen. Marshall trying to cut in there. I should say that was Hendricks trying to get the last touch. Couldn't find a way to sneak it into the box. Handball there by Spring Arbor, and HU will get the free kick here deep in their own position again.
HU's defense here is really getting tested early on here in the second half, but they have stayed strong as they've stopped the Spring Arbor relentless assault. So impressive HU defense.
Foresters working through the back line with Arnie and Cirencioni. It's played forward. Cotter was supposed to be the recipient, but just goes out of play to the Spring Arbor bench. Another chance here for the Cougars. Shot off the post and out for a moment. Weiss trying to defend. Another chance for Spring Arbor if they can get a shot off. That time Hendricks had a tough angle to score from and couldn't do so.
Tough break for Spring Arbor. That would have put them up 2-0 in a nice, comfortable position, but HU did everything they could, and they got lucky with the goalpost hit.
Really good chance again by Spring Arbor. They couldn't connect on that one, but just a few feet away from doubling their lead. That'll be some momentum that the Cougars try to build on here in this second half. They're averaging 5.5 goals per game. And right now they're stuck on one, but they've had a chance to have several more. 52 goals, make it 53 now in 11 games. Sophie Shepard working against the defense. She's down on the pitch and will have to get back up. Leah Lucetti working back through the midfield, and she's able to collect as this one's kind of getting knocked around. Stepping up are the Foresters. Hooley with the left foot plays it forward, and no Foresters up ahead. Back line with Melina Marshall able to collect as Pamukata steps up and plays it to Guile on the left side. Pamukata trying to switch the field here, able to do so, but on the back line stepping up was Mihaly. And now, once again, Spring Arbor recollects around the midfield area. Stolzfus with the left foot plays it over to Beekle. Space in front of her to run. Beekle lifts the ball in. Arnie comes off her line and picks it up at the penalty spot.
Spring Arbor doing what they do best, and that's keep possession of this game.
Arnie lifts another one up there. This one's only going about 20 to 30 yards in the air each time. They might want to start maybe playing out of the back and rolling it to some of those defenders. Beekle plays a ball in across the pitch, and Cirencioni plays it out as chasing her down with Shelby Marshall. It'll be a corner kick once again for the Cougars. This will be the 6th corner of the afternoon. And it'll be Isa Martinez who has a chance to add on to the lead. Martinez raises the left hand, and she's ready to put in the ball. Center of the box, header is missed there by Dennison. She's going to try to run it down. Pamukata for HU chasing after. Dennison plays it back. Mollering rips one in, and it's knocked out for another Spring Arbor corner as Weiss got the left foot on it.
Weiss has been playing some tremendous defense here in the second half. She's knocked away a few different shots from Spring Arbor.
She's done more than just defend on the year as well. She's been one of the best offensive threats for HU, and right now she's doing a little bit of both in this match. Left-footed cross in by Stolzfuss, easily caught by Arnie, and now Ireland will decide to slow it down a little bit, see if she can find a Forrester with this punt. Another one caught by the wind. It is first touched by the Foresters, but they lose possession in the middle of the pitch. And resetting their sides here is Spring Arbor. Pamukata steps up. Now she plays one forward. Sophie Shepard trying to run it down. She's got a couple of defenders. Shepard still on the ball, and she's knocked down, and that's going to be a free kick for the Foresters.
Huge break here for the Foresters, a chance to tie it up against this tough opponent.
Mihaly just a little too aggressive there against Shepard, and this is the most dangerous spot so far for the Foresters. Take a look at the replay here. Shepard had it knocked away, and the Mihaly just went straight at Shepard instead of the ball. She could have won the ball back, but instead went towards Shepard, and now is giving away a free kick in a pretty dangerous spot. It'll be Cerencioni who has a chance to serve this one in, and for HU, they're looking to tie it up. 10 minutes gone in the second half, down 1. Cerencioni lifts a looping ball in. Foresters do get the first touch. Still in possession, lifted towards Shepard, but Curry able to step up and take it away. A good chance for HU.
The good timing as Spring Arbor's goalie continues.
Long ball sent forward by Curry. Kalena Stevens heads it over to Kayla Allen, who tries playing it up to Pamukata. Allen, crucial interception, but once again, Spring Arbor wins the next ball. Martinez looking towards Beekle. Kayla Allen shepherds it out of play, and it'll be another foul on Spring Arbor here as HU will get a free kick deep in their own defensive end once again. Actually deeper on the pitch than it would be for a goal kick. Arnie into the wind once again, gets more of this one, looking for Hooley. It falls down to Spring Arbor and Martinez. Martinez looking in the middle, can't find Hendricks, knocked away by the HU defense, and then possessed by Lucetti. Lucetti plays it forward. Shepard able to keep it on the right foot for a few touches. Then Martinez and the Cougars battle back. Shepard was trying to chase back and get possession back. Ball sent in to Beekle, right side of the 18-yard box, and she can't get a touch on it as it goes out for an HU goal kick, and the Foresters will make their first sub of the second half.
Foresters need to get some momentum and some just overall, they just need to get it going, as they have not been allowed to get into a flow here on offense or anything. So they just need to get possession and try to get it down the field and get some kicks off.
Greta Hunsaker comes back in as Mary Cotter heads to the bench. Arnie working another ball towards Hooley in the middle. Foresters have put more midfielders in the center of the pitch here in this second half to try to get something going on the offensive side of the ball. HU trying to provide some pressure here. Shepard chasing down the ball on the right side. It forces a quick pass forward. Allen not able to collect. Beekle steps up and will work on her right foot. Beekle drives one in, and it's off Allen for another corner. So this should be where we see Stulsfuss come over and hit this corner from the left side.
Spring Arbor's had many of these corner kicks so far in this game, and have not been able to take advantage of one yet, but HU's got to stop giving them to them.
Another chance for the Cougs. Corner, driven in, Arnie able to come and catch. A couple of those corners a little too close to Ireland Arnie, and she's been good about coming and collecting those crosses in. Arnie plays a long ball forward. Forrester's backtracking with Cerencioni. Ireland Arnie steps up, and it's actually off of the Spring Arbor player, and it'll be another goal kick. Almost disastrous there for HU as Shelby Marshall was trying to get on the end of that one. Looks like that play just took maybe a little too long to develop with Cerencioni and Ireland Arnie on the back line. Thankfully for HU, they were able to recollect. Raya Holiday back in, Madison Pamyakata out. As HU will try to make some subs to even this game up. Goal kick lifted forward. First touch not handled by the Foresters, and Spring Arbor once again in possession. Stolzfus on the left side works a ball down the left way to Shelby Marshall. Marshall cuts in, long shot, and Arnie able to come over and collect that one.
Arnie with multiple saves so far today, proven why she is such a good goalkeeper here for this HU team.
Arnie, better ball sent forward here. Hooley tries to collect. She tries heading it on to Madison Guile. She's working against Martinez, and Martinez wins the strength battle there as Kayla Allen pokes it out for a throw-in. Another sub for Spring Arbor as Dennison will head out. Looks like Ramirez in for Spring Arbor. Good turn by Beagle, and it's knocked off of her foot as Raya Holiday wins the throw in for HU. Throw sent forward. Sophie Shepard does get a touch on it. Martinez backtracks. Now the Foresters putting pressure on the back line. Good ball sent forward. It's sent on by Arsenault, and she's able to track it down against Kayla Allen. Now she goes to Beagle. Beagle cuts in left. Martinez rips a low shot. It's knocked out of the box by the Foresters, and the second one goes off Holiday and stays in possession of the Cougars. Good step by Gile as she's able to collect the ball. Sophie Shepard working against the defender on the back line. Shepard using some of the strength. Hooley pokes it over to the right side. The Foresters just trying to possess and can't do so as Stolzfus comes and rips it away. That was Hunsaker working against Stolzfus, and she just does a nice job once again keeping the ball in their possession as a long attempt is on goal, and Arnie's able to catch it easily. Don't know if this was a shot, but a long attempt by Spring Arbor is caught again by Ireland Arnie, and she continues to collect saves as an HU Forester.
She's gotten plenty of opportunities to collect saves here tonight as Spring Arbor is unrelenting in their offensive press.
Megan Brigham back in for HU, another freshman. And Sydney Wright coming in for the first time this afternoon for Spring Arbor, as Beagle will change spots with her. She moves over to the left side of the pitch. Hunsaker trying to work against the Spring Arbor midfielders. It's knocked down the left side. Cerencioni is able to slide and knock it out past Beagle.
She's had a couple of those slide saves to prevent Spring Arbor from an offensive push.
Stolzfus lifts one in, and Arnie just able to get a touch on it. It's off the crossbar and kept out of the goal for the moment. Martinez works it down the right side. This is right just into the game. Low ball sent in and still kept in the box. Another shot ripped on and off of goal as Malloring tried to step up and push that one past Arnie, but couldn't get it on net.
Arnie is keeping HU in this close game, as she has prevented multiple attempts on goal from going in, and this lead would be a lot larger if it wasn't for Arnie.
Joya Drinth back in the match for HU. Arnie lifts this one towards Hunsaker. Martinez continues to battle in the middle. Raya Holiday pushes it to Weiss, who gives it right back to Holiday. Holiday chooses to collect and plays a good ball in the middle of the pitch. Drinth had possession for a moment. HU trying to switch field, but Hooley couldn't find Hunsaker down the right side, and back the other way comes Stolzfuss again. She's been one of the best attackers here today. She works it all the way down to the touch line and then plays it into the Forester defense, who knocks it forward to Joya Drinth. This wind is playing a huge factor right now, as HU is having a hard time getting it out of their own defensive end because of the wind playing directly into their face. I mean, every ball is being knocked down right now by the Foresters.
Yeah, it's hard to move the ball up when the ball does not want to be moved up by wind.
Guile working here in the middle. It's given off to Wright, who works down the right side. Sydney drives a ball in. Arnie coming off her line again and somehow able to come get that one as it kind of bobbled in between her feet. Arnie's really having to work hard. One of her better punts here in the second half falls to the Cougars once again. Keeping possession in the middle with a couple of nice moves was Reagan Ramirez. Sophie Shepard putting on some of the pressure. Another good turn by the Cougars here in the middle of the pitch. Low ball driven in, and the Foresters once again knock it out of the 18-yard box. Drinth keeping possession for HU. She'll drop it back to the back line, and the Foresters give it away.
Foresters just can't find a rhythm here offensively.
Another chance down the left side for the Cougars. Ball lifted in, and that one not the best cross from the Cougars today. Will go out for an HU goal kick. So Brigham now comes in. Thought that she was entered into the match earlier, but she comes in for Guile, who steps out. Brigham will be working on this left wing in front of us. And one more HU sub waiting to check in on the next dead ball. Arnie, a little bit of a lower line drive kick here. Hooley collects. Paige Weiss tries stepping up, couldn't get to it. On the back line, the Foresters have to collect with Allen. Shepard steps up and grabs possession. She had Brigham down the left side, just couldn't get that last pass to her. Back the other way comes Spring Arbor. Mollering loses possession. Shepard tries to step up. It's driven back in by the Cougs. Galena Stevens playing defense against Beagle. Stolzfuss once again has it on the left side. Turns on the boosters as she works down the left side of the 18-yard box. Knocked out again by HU. Joya Drinth steps up, plays it forward to Sophie Shepard, who just can't get a touch on it. And once again connected in the midfield. Cougars back the other way. Left-footed shot headed away by a defender in the middle there as Kalina Stevens thought it would be better to head that away. Arnie was moving to her right.
The offensive line of HU needs to take some of the pressure off the defense here, as the defense is feeling the pressure from Spring Harbor as they've just getting shot after shot at them, and especially Arnie. They need a break as offense needs to get something going here.
We'll see if they can do just that, but once again, it's another corner kick for the Cougars. It'll be Martinez who puts it in. Martinez drives one in. Arnie taps it away, and Beagle had a chance on the backside but missed the right side of the goal. And it's another goal kick for HU. Cerencioni comes back in. And one more change for HU. Allison Oppenhusen comes back in. You saw Arnie once again getting involved off of her line and able to just knock that one over the top. Beagle couldn't finish on the backside. Ball driven towards the midfield for HU. Raya Holiday gets the second touch, and then Wright able to pick it up for Spring Arbor. Raya working in possession. Holiday knocked down. Looked like the official wanted to call a foul, but then decided not to. Weiss plays it forward. Shepard tried to flick it on. No one there for the Foresters. Another ball through the middle with Martinez. She's looking up top, able to get a touch on it as the top line for Spring Arbor, but Kalena Stevens does a nice job driving it away. Paige Weiss working really hard in the midfield right now for HU. Wright has it knocked away by Stevens. Mollering all the way back to Fadasara, who's got it now. Foresters knock it away. Referee says play on. Another chance with the left foot, and that one's deflected out for another corner. And Reagan Ramirez right now is creating a lot of shots off the bench for Spring Arbor.
HU just can't find an answer to Spring Arbor's defensive line, and defensive line is keeping it in the possession of Spring Arbor, not allowing HU to get anything going.
Martinez, her second chance in about the last 2 minutes from the corner. Plays one in, good chance for Spring Arbor, knocked across the face of the goal. Stevens able to step up, plays it towards Shepard. Back line with Mihaly though, continues to keep it away from Shepard. Arnie decides to quickly throw it up to Brigham. Brigham had a little space but cut down quickly as Mollering's doing a nice job on the defensive side of the ball as well. Brigham loses possession, falls to Raya Holiday. Holiday decides to slow it down. She had a couple of players in front of her. Forrester's trying to build up through the middle. Foresters have 20 minutes to work with to try to even this one up. Ball sent across the pitch. Wright steps in, takes it away. Kayla Allen looked like she may have got a hand on it. Instead, the referee says play on. Ball sent forward. Oppenhusen trying to chase it down. It's forced out of play. And Mollering knocks it out for an HU throw-in. 2 subs for HU, 1 for Spring Arbor coming in.
HU has finally gone out of their side of the field as they've been stuck there for about 20 minutes now, so they finally got it up the field.
Pamyakata comes back in. Madison Gile also in as well. Madeline Gile, I should say. And Megan Brigham heads out. See if HU's got a final push left in them here. Pamyakata throws it forward to Sophie Shepard, and she's knocked down there as Mollering is a little too aggressive.
HU another chance here. Put some pressure on Spring Arbor.
Sorrencione's gonna have to hit one of the best free kicks of her life here with the wind blowing into her face about 20 miles an hour. Sorrencione sends it in. Looking for the back line. Foresters get the first touch on it with Weiss. It's gonna fall down to Hooley. Katie can't keep possession. It's knocked away off the back line, and now the Foresters have to retreat with Kalena Stevens. Stevens playing it back forward to Sorrencione. She lifts one ahead. And once again, the back line for Spring Arbor quickly intercepts. Crossing ball, Pamyakata steps up. Now she takes one away and then lifts one forward. Finally, Spring Arbor able to collect, and Giles called for a foul there.
Hard collision.
Both players just going for the ball, and Hendricks went down. It's a free kick for Spring Arbor. They're back the other way, ball driven in. Another chance for Hendricks, and it's Paige Weiss who steps in and keeps it away. Lifted ball sent towards Shepard, and that one runs out of room once again. Sorrencione gets it off the head of the Spring Arbor attacker. Right now, HU's got most of the players behind the ball, but with just 17 minutes remaining, at some point they got to push some people forward and see if they can at least try to get one. Martinez turns, gives it off to the right side. That's Mollering working once again. She's got some space to run with it. Defense able to shut it down at the end. Another chance saved by Arnie, as that one was close range from Arsenault.
Arnie once again showing her defensive prowess as the goalie for HU.
Arsenault really put some velo behind that one, just didn't have the placement. It was a pretty straightforward save there by Arnie. Stolfus runs onto the flick on from Beekle. Still working down the left side. Another one driving in and over the net. It'll be a Forrester goal kick. Brigham comes back in along with Leah Lucetti. HU working back and forth with their midfield all day long. Just trying to find the answer to get that ball up ahead to Sophie Shepard, and Leah Lucetti now in as potentially the other attacker. Hooley gets the first touch on the goal kick, then sent forward. Cerencioni plays it forward. Shepard does get a touch. Leah Lucetti has it on her left foot. She'll play it forward. The Foresters do run onto it with Hooley. Hooley plays it over to Leah Lucetti, who now plays one across the pitch, and it's kept away from Shepard by the back line of Spring Arbor. Raya Holiday working with Paige Weiss, who turns and sends it over to the right side. Megan Brigham in to provide a little more offense. Brigham keeps possession for a moment, but the back line for the Cougars once again able to sniff it out. Pressure on here by Spring Arbor. That one's knocked out of play. It'll be a Cougar throw-in. Left-footed cross into the box here. Arnie steps up, and she is able to at least get enough on that one to push it wide as Hendricks was chasing down on Arnie. The referee is saying that Arnie did get a touch on that, so that should be another save for Ireland, as that's one of the better chances that Spring Arbor's had all day.
This Spring Arbor offense is so talented, but their defense is just as talented as well, as they've snuffed out every single attempt HU has even tried to manifest to get some offense going. They've shut it down within a couple seconds. So
yeah,
defense of Spring Arbor's been incredible.
They've been rock solid. I mean, there's not really been many chances for HU to even turn and run at that back line, because each time they're playing a high defensive line, and anytime HU plays it forward, it seems like there's a Cougar there to intercept. Back the other way with it is Hendricks. And the Cougars, it's knocked past the back line by Mollering. She runs it down on the right side. She works against the freshman Kayla Allen. Ball sent towards the middle, and that one's out. And it's a corner kick as the linesman down the right side, so that one went off of Allen.
Number 5, Sydney Wright into the game for Spring Arbor.
Sydney Wright checks back in. Arsenault heads out. And it's just another corner kick for the Cougars. Stolfus has been on the attack all day long, and she has a chance here to add something on to this 1-0 lead. Low ball driven in, dangerous ball by the Cougars. Chance to turn and rip. Forrester's able to block and knock it away. Kayla Allen plays it forward, and Sophie Shepard steps up. Back the other way come the Cougars on defense as Sophie Shepard cuts it back into the middle of the pitch. She's got some attackers adjoining her as Leah Lucetti joins the attack, but then it's knocked away. And it's going to become an emphasis for every team to know that Sophie Shepard's a prolific goal scorer, and when she gets the ball, they try to shut her down. Beekle plays a good ball in. Wright slips and can't get the shot off. Back to Beekle, but then Kayla Allen steps up and the freshman clears it away. Mollering lifts one towards goal. Arnie steps up and collects the cross. Forrester's trying to play with a little more pace here, just over 12.5 minutes remaining. Stolfus down the left side. In with the left foot, knocked away by Kalena Stevens, and then Cirincione knocks it out of the box. Ball just not going anywhere right now on the defensive side for the Foresters. That wind continues to wreak a little havoc for this Forester side. Hendricks works one towards the middle of the pitch, left-footed ball, a little too heavy with the touch, and goes out of play. It was a good idea by Ramirez, but just couldn't find her fellow attacker Mollering on the right side.
Substitution for the Cougars, number 20, Emma Dennison.
Dennison back in. Arnie will have another goal kick. This one sent in the middle. Joya Drenth back in as well for HU now. And Cote Molina back in as well as she's up ahead with Sophie Shepard. Foresters have possession for a moment, and it's knocked away, and it's a foul by Cirincione. As she was trying to win that ball that was played forward for Beacle on the left side.
Once again, this Spring Arbor defense just shutting down anything HU tries to send their way.
Stolzfus will play this one towards the box. She's got the wind behind her. It's a low liner straight into Cote Molina, so not how she drew it up, but Spring Arbor does keep possession. Just over 10 minutes remaining. This is the closest game Spring Arbor's played in all year long. Stolzfus working down the left side once again. And now into the 18-yard box, trying to find an option. She has a couple in the box. Ball rolling around. Foresters fighting hard to get it away. Raya Holiday just got enough on it. Another low ball sent in. Joya Drenth steps up with the right foot and plays it out. Shepard works back and is able to collect. Drenth plays one forward. Cote Molina gets a touch on the left foot. Maria plays it back to Paige Weiss, who works it all the way to the left side with Raya Holiday. Foresters are going to choose to play out of the back with Kayla Allen, and they'll switch the field with Kalena Stevens. Stolzfus steps in and plays it out. HU will make two more changes.
HU a much needed possession there against Spring Arbor, kept the ball away from the Spring Arbor defenders, and maybe they can start to set up something here to get some offense going.
It's definitely been a lot better through the midfield here in the second half for HU. They just got to find one of those connecting passes up to a striker, and right now that's been something really tough to do against this tough Spring Arbor side. Cote Molina couldn't get a touch on that one. Goes all the way to the back line. Everything is pushed forward by Spring Arbor. They have not had to work the ball back hardly at all. And it seems like anytime HU has space to run into, there's always another Cougar. Mollering working with some of the other midfielders. Kayla Allen will get the loose ball and play it forward. That's Raya Holiday who's got to play it back to Kayla Allen. Good ball through the middle. Raya Holiday steps up, has a little space to run into, plays it forward for Sophie Shepard. Shepard loses possession for a moment. Drenth able to push it to Holiday, who lifts a ball into the middle. And stepping up to knock it away is Mihaly. Holiday working hard down this left side for HU, and it's knocked out of play. And the Foresters will have possession, 8 minutes to go. Cote Molina will head out again. Another Forester sub here with 8 minutes left. Katie Hooley back in. Hooley, only a sophomore, but one of these better strikers for this HU side, as that throw in is out of bounds by Raya Holiday. Hunsaker knocks that one off the Cougs. It'll be another HU throw in. Foresters got to put all their eggs in one basket here if they want to try to tie this one. as that one's chested out of play by Hunsaker. Sophie Shepard working back, does get a touch on it. Drenth tries tapping it away, and then it's a play on here as Shepard committed a foul behind the play. Spring Arbor working down the left side, and they'll run out of room. It'll be another goal kick.
HU just needs to get it off their side of the field and put Spring Arbor on defense, as they have not. Spring Arbor has not had to worry about any defensive pressure all game, as HU just can't get anything going.
They'll need to get at least one goal, obviously, to tie this one up. Hunsaker backtracks, plays it to Holiday, who has to play it in the middle dangerously to Joya Drenth. She'll try going across the pitch, and stepping in nicely is Hooley. Forrester's now trying to work on the opposite side of the pitch. Cerencioni lifts the ball towards the middle. Martinez gets ahead on it, and it's kept alive, and then a foul committed by HU as Dennison goes down.
Time running out for HU to do something here, as Spring Arbor's defense is really milking the seconds off the clock.
Six minutes left. It's 1-0 Spring Arbor. The wind behind their back. Ball sent in towards goal. Arnie rises up and is able to catch once again. Right, keeping a close eye on Arnie, who plays a low driving ball up to Drenth. See Arnie just step up and able to collect that one. Foresters once again can't possess. It falls back to Beekle, who will go back to the back line with Mihaly, and she'll play it straight back to Beekle again on the left side. Ball lifted forward. Wright was trying to run it down. It's knocked away by the back line of HU. Martinez another chance here as she works to her left. Martinez still on it. Left-footed cross, just knocked over the top of the bar again, as it was an attempted cross, but really it ended up being nearly a shot on goal.
I've lost count of how many saves Arnie has this game. It's been quite a few.
She's been solid again here today. She obviously can't be blamed for the performance this afternoon. HU has done a nice job staying close in this match, and of course they're still just one goal away, as it looks like we have a stoppage here on the pitch. Not exactly sure what's happening, but now we're back in play. Corner kick sent in, and once again Stolfus lifts one in, and it's easily caught by Arnie.
HU's got to push now if they're going to get something to go.
It's 8 saves for Ireland Arnie this afternoon. She only let that one goal in 3 minutes into this match.
If it wasn't for a slight mistake of Arnie coming out sooner, this game would be still 0-0, as Arnie has not let anything past her since then.
And I think that even if you ask Coach Lewis, he would be perfectly fine with Arnie's explanation of coming off her line, just because she's so solid and has shown how good she is at that this year. It may have just been one of those in-between balls, that kind of 50-50 decision.
Yeah, proved to not go the way of the Foresters, but Arnie is used to making those plays, so she decided to go for it.
Ball sent forward. Forrester's trying to work through the midfield. This is one of the few times they've actually had it on this side of the pitch. Weiss tried playing it in for Shepard. HU still has possession for a moment, but then Dennison picks it up through the middle. Forrester's able to battle back with Stevens. Raya Holiday collects. Another ball sent forward, just no connecting passes though right now for HU. Hunsaker will let it run out of play, as Martinez was trying to backtrack. Just 3.5 minutes left.
With a little offensive pressure there, making the defense scramble of Spring Arbor.
They've been about one pass away a handful of times today. Just can't find that last touch. Weiss fouled as we approach 3 minutes left in the match.
HU finally got it moved to the other side of the field. We'll see if they can make something happen.
Foresters trying to do the unthinkable and take away an unbeaten streak from Spring Arbor that's lasted for nearly a year, coming off of last year's team winning the national championship. Ball falls down to the right side. Picking it up is Hendricks, and she still has possession working against Holiday. Switch of the field here as it's a good ball down the right side. Mullering's trying to run on the end of it. She does get a touch, but then loses it over the end line. Honestly, not the worst case scenario if you're Spring Arbor, though, because the clock is still ticking.
At this point, it's more of a stall game for Spring Arbor, just trying to stop anything happening for HU.
Arnie sends the ball forward once again. It's flicked on as the home fans thought that maybe there should have been a handball there by Spring Arbor. Hunsaker couldn't get a good touch on that one. It's pushed down the right side again by Hendricks and out for an HU throw-in. .90 seconds remaining for the Foresters. Holiday finds Drenth, who gets it right back. It's another foul by Spring Arbor. HU will need to work quick.
It's crunch time for HU. They got to get something going and fast.
Holiday plays in the middle to Weiss. A lot of bodies behind the ball for Spring Arbor right now on defense. Encioni has it on the right side, 1 minute left. Ball played forward. Stolfus knocks it away. HU recollects as they play it back around midfield. Shepard runs onto the end of it. Couple of defenders in front of her. Left-footed shot knocked away. Shepard now plays it over to the right side. Ball sent into the middle. Hooley looking for it. Joya Drenth tries one time. It's knocked out of play once again, and this will go out for an HU throw-in. Now just 35 seconds left.
She needs to work quick here, 30 seconds.
Foresters play it forward. Beekle heads it out, down to 25 on the clock. Ball thrown into the middle. Foresters gonna have to grab possession again, but it's knocked away by Dennison. And Raya Holiday steps up. She now tries to run it down, but she'll run out of room. And that might just be the end of it for the Foresters here this afternoon. Holiday gets a touch on it. Drenth will collect it at midfield, and that will be it. The Cougars move to 11-0, but the Foresters play them in the tightest match of the season so far. Coming into today, the Cougars had won every game by at least 3 goals, and tonight HU stands strong against one of the best teams in the nation, Ryan.
Yeah, it was an impressive defensive showcase for HU for sure. As I mean, the Spring Arbor attack was relentless, and they have one of the best offenses in the nation. And for HU to hold them to 1 goal really shows the defensive prowess of this HU team and the defensive talent of Ireland Arnie and the defensive line.
So the Foresters fall to 6-5 here this afternoon. They're now 2-2 in the conference, 4-0 for Spring Arbor, and that'll be all she wrote for us here on FDN Sports Today. I'm Preston Husband and Ryan Holzapple. We'll be back in action next week on Wednesday night, where you can join us on FDN Sports. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
If
That's it!
catch and fire. It's on the. He made it! Oh